Hija de la gran puta, will you stop jodiéndome? We're in the middle of a war here. Don't you know what the communists do to girls like you? They'll hang you up by your beautiful tits. Then they'll cut them off just like they did in the hordes of Cuba.
Anda del diablo, hija, what in the world are you eating?
Now that I'm a mother myself, I realize that she could not have been any different. That's who she was. Like they say, plátano maduro no se vuelve verde.
¡Qué personalidad!
¿Qué te totorío? Dios mío, asesina.
Coño, pero tú sí que eres fea.
The House Cabral was indeed victim of a high-level fugu, the local version of House of Atreus. La Inca knew in her ironclad heart that the girl was Fantouche, that the doom of the Cabrals had managed to infiltrate her circle at last. So common was the practice, so insatiable Trujillo's appetites, that there were plenty of men in the nation, hombres de calidad y posición, who, believe it or not, offered up their daughters freely to the failed cattle thief. If you even thought a bad thing about Trujillo, fua! A hurricane would sweep your family out to sea. Fua! A boulder would fall out of a clear sky and squash you. Fua! The shrimp you ate today was the cramp that killed you tomorrow. Trujillo is continuously referred to as fuckface.
Dios te salve María, llena eres de gracia, el Señor es contigo, bendita eres entre todas las mujeres y bendito es el fruto de tu vientre Jesús. Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros pecadores, ahora y en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén.
A conclusion La Inca wouldn't have argued with. To her dying day, she believed that Belly had not met a curse but God out in that cane field.
For those of you who missed your mandatory 2 seconds of Dominican history, Trujillo, one of the 20th century's most infamous dictators, ruled the Dominican Republic between 1930 and 1961 with an implacable, ruthless brutality. A portly, sadistic pig-eyed mulatto who bleached his skin, wore platform shoes, and had a fondness for Napoleonic haberdashery, Trujillo, also known as El Jefe, the field cattle chief, and fuckface, came to control nearly every aspect of the Dominican Republic's political, cultural, social, and economic life through a potent and familiar mixture of violence, intimidation, massacre, rape, co-optation, and terror. Treated the country like it was a plantation and he was a master. At first glance, he was just your typical Latin American caudillo, but his power was terminal in ways that few historians or writers have ever truly captured or, I would argue, imagined. He was our Sauron, our Aran, our Darkseid, our once future dictator. A personaje so outlandish, so perverse, so dreadful that not even a sci-fi writer could have made his ass up. Famous for changing all the names of all the landmarks in the Dominican Republic to honor himself, Pico Larde became Trujillo, and Santo Domingo de Guzman, the first and oldest city in the New World, became Ciudad Trujillo. For making ill monopolies out of every single slice of the national patrimony, which quickly made him one of the wealthiest men on the planet. For building one of the largest militaries in the hemisphere, dude had bomber wings for fuck's sake. For fucking every hot girl in sight, even the wives of his subordinates, thousands upon thousands of women. For expecting, no, insisting on absolute veneration from his pueblo, telling the national slogan was Dios y Trujillo. For running the country like it was a marine boot camp. For stripping friends and allies of their positions and properties for no reason at all. And for his almost supernatural abilities. Outstanding accomplishments include the 1937 genocide against the Haitian and Haitian Dominican community, one of the longest, most damaging U.S.-backed dictatorships in the Western Hemisphere. And if we let him have to skillful at anything, it's tolerating U.S.-backed dictators, so you know this was a hard-earned victory. The Chilenos and the Argentinos are still healing. The creation for the first modern kleptocracy, Trujillo was Mobutu before Mobutu was Mobutu, the systematic bribing of American senators, and last but not least, the forging of the Dominican peoples into a modern state, did what his marine trainers during the occupation were unable to do.